Welcome back to another reaction video brought to you by One Mind Syndicate. This one is going to be a quick one. Warhammer TV just released a official trailer for the Exodite animation. I did not know that this was sanctioned by GW. The fact that it's on Warhammer TV, their official YouTube channel, is awesome. I think it was by the Lost Legion before. They have other teaser trailers, and the other teaser trailers are basically just the Tau versus Space Wolves. Very, very quick, very short little snippets it's like snippets of a grander battle between like the Tau Empire and Space Marines, and I think a Titan Legion, because there's a Titan that gets blown up by probably a railgun or something. I can't really remember too much, but this is the official trailer. We're gonna watch it. It's really short. It's only 50 seconds, and then we will talk about it at the end. So let's go ahead and do that. And that was awesome. Now let me get into it. First thing that I want to talk about is the fact that this is going to be a Tau-centric, or it seems like it's going to center around the Tau Empire, which is awesome. Normally we get to see the stories of the 40K universe told through the Imperium, obviously, because it's humanity, so we can sympathize with them the most. But I do think that with the Tau Empire, even though there technically is no good guys in the 40K universe, there is a sense of I sympathize more with what the collective of the Tau Empire is trying to do with the greater good, whereas with the Imperium, it's xenophobic, backwards, and it's all because of the terrible bureaucratic process that just swamps humanity. So the fact that this story is going to be through the perspective of the Tau is awesome. At first, I thought this was going to be Shadow Sun. The reason that I realized that it wasn't is because she doesn't have the little ponytail, so this fire warrior doesn't have the ponytail that Shadow Sun does have. And then the other really big interesting part is the title of the actual trailer. So it's called the Exodite. Now, whenever you think of Exodite in the 40K universe, the first thing that comes to mind is the Eldar Exodites, which they're separate from their Craftworld and Dark Eldar brethren in that they are kind of, I guess you can think of them as primitive or like Amish. They purposefully separate themselves from the rest of the Eldar Empire, whereas the Craft World have giant super ships that basically let them travel the galaxy and let them go into the webway through their webway portals. And then the Dark Eldar have Kamara, or the little pockets of the webway. The Exodites actually have a more primitive form of living. They live on planets, just like a normal, empire would or a normal civilization would. The thing is that they do have access to the webway. That access is in the form of, they're not infinity circuits, they're spirit shields or spirit wards. I can't remember the name. I'll look it up really quick. But the cool thing about those is that they are grounded to the actual planet where the Exodites are living. World shrines, that's what they're called. So they have world shrines that just basically act as portals into the webway. There's been a lot of stories of them throughout all of 40K. And the fact that we have the title of the Exodites, we have a planet that looks kind of like a green planet. And then you have a colonizing ship hovering over that planet, almost like trying to conquer that planet or colonize that planet. From the Tau Empire, it kind of sets the stage to one of two things. Either there's going to be conflict between the Tau Empire trying to colonize this Exodite world, and the Exodite world has access to a world shrine, which is really important because the Tau Empire, they don't have access to faster than light travel. A world shrine is basically a portal into the webway, which is the way that the Eldar can do faster than light travel. So this is almost like finding technology that would be perfect for the Tau Empire, and they don't actually have to be psychically powerful, or even if they do, to actually open the world shrine, they can somehow collaborate with the Exodites. Because the other thing is that I believe that the Exodites are not as xenophobic as like the regular craft world and the Dark Eldar. Like they would cooperate with the Tau Empire once the full explanation of the greater good is told. And I didn't read this, but I think I have like some knowledge of the Farside Enclaves, which is an offshoot of the Tau Empire, getting into contact with some Exodite Eldar, and they somehow like are talking about faster than light travel, because what the Tau Empire is missing is this ability to jump from one place of the galaxy to the other. Right now, they're only in the eastern part of the Milky Way galaxy, with the exception of the Star-Tide Nexus, which was them trying to use warp technology to basically skip over the skip over the warp or the immaterium. So they would do small little like dives into the warp and then come back out, and then through that small little hop that they did through the immaterium, it would allow them to travel faster than normal, which is kind of how humans used to travel back in the day. They used to have smaller warp jumps, they used to call them. So it's similar, but the problem with the Word-Tide Nexus, no, what is it called? The Star-Tide Nexus, sorry. The Star-Tide Nexus is that during that whole process, they found out that the other members of the Tau Empire that were not Tau were basically possessed or went crazy, turned into monsters because of the raw immaterium that was basically present whenever they did these small little hops. Because you got to remember that Tau technology, they haven't discovered Geller fields. Check out our 40 facts on everything that I'm saying. If none of this makes sense to you, we have a 40 facts on Geller fields, but basically that protects humanity from the immaterium. The Tau might not have that. So going back to this whole Exodite part, like the plot might exist where like the Tau Empire is trying to either diplomatically get access to the world shrine so they don't have to make these small little warp jumps anymore. They could actually go into a secure section of the webway through the world shrine, and then somehow the Imperium finds out and is trying to stop them from doing it. But the other thing that was interesting was they were showing the Ethereal, and the Ethereal was the guy with like the rings and stuff like that. Now, that might mean that the Ethereal has realized how important this like Exodite world shrine is, or this portal that the Exodites have. So like he has to naturally be there. Now the fact that they are fire warriors and not water caste diplomats that are trying to communicate with the Exodites. Oh, by the way, we haven't even seen the Eldar Exodites. This is all just based on the title. But that fact goes to show that this world shrine is probably going to get fought over by either the Tau Empire and Eldar, or the Tau Empire and Space Marines, or the Imperium, or all three battling to protect the world shrine, or capture the world shrine, or eventually like destroy the world shrine. Because the Imperium would also want to get access to this world shrine, just because they don't have as secure faster than light travel as compared to like the Eldar and stuff like that. But for all of this to make sense, I would recommend first checking out our 40 facts on travel within the 40K universe. I'll put a link up above. That kind of goes through all of the races and how the races travel through the Milky Way galaxy, which is actually really important. Securing a mode of travel within this universe is a part of a lot of why wars are fought. So if you understand how each individual race travels, that would explain a little bit more. So I'll put a link up above. The other thing I want you guys to check out is 40 facts on the Exodites. That kind of goes over all of the background with those types of Eldar. Now, again, we might not see these Exodite Eldars at all. We might just see the remnants of the World Shrine. But it would be nice to have background knowledge on it. So I'll put a link above for that. Also, we have a 40 facts on how the Tau Empire colonizes a planet, just so that you can get an understanding of what a colonization of the planet would look like for the Tau Empire. And then to go back to this trailer, I think the cool part, or the interesting part, is how ominous they made the ethereals seem. So this might be GW's way of not only introducing the Tau Empire as like a focal point to a storyline, but also like that grim darkness of like every single race except the Tau Empire. Now they're going to develop that grim darkness of the Tau Empire in the form of a menacing, overpowered leadership, which is the ethereals, because the whole hand thing reminded me of the movie 300 with the prince or the king Xerxes, and how like he's dressed up all like interesting, and it just gives me that vibe of like there's something not right. There's an egotistical like mindset to this individual, which is an ethereal. I don't even think we saw his face. But all in all, I'm really excited for this series. The fact that GW has sanctioned it and is on their page, as opposed to, like I said, I forget the previous YouTube teaser trailers, what channel it was on. But this is exciting. If you guys have any questions about anything that I just said, let me know what it is in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of the actual trailer. And also, we didn't even talk about the suit. I want to say that it looks like the suit that Shadow Sun wears, which is a stealth suit. I think it's a modified stealth suit, but I'm not too sure. So if you guys have any knowledge of that, just let me know what it is in the comment section below. And I hope you guys enjoyed listening, and I hope I was able to at least bring to light certain things about this trailer. If you guys want me to react to anything else, please let me know what it is in the comment section below. Any suggestions for any other type of videos, comment down below, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. This was Gershwin with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.